Huh?
Okay.
Ester. Yes. She has a bunch of
We get up.
Did you see the little in the living room, the little wall we got?
I have done fashion shows for years.
Okay.
Most people either go to the fashion shows or my television.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. It's
Well,
great.
in that case, I'll say thank you a lot because I had a 5:30 a.m. television show.
What,
I was just so upset about it.
you
Nobody's gonna get up at 5:30 and watch
That's
it.
okay.
Nah, I was shocked and right. Within about, I don't know, Whitaker's here to correct me, but within about like 6 months, we had 5 million people. Wow. This is Saturday morning, the damnest thing ever. And then they started criticizing, what I have on, who you had on. We were there 8 years. All of the Obama years. Yeah, I have to say, thank you, Mr. Obama, because Obama took some of the money from PBS, or put more money to PBS. Wow. That's not the point. The point is, right after his successor took off, he removed it.
Oh, wow, immediately.
21 days.
Wow.
I'll know, people don't understand how power, power, real power. 21 days. That money for the amateur.
Understand what the system is really trying to do.
He moved the money.
Get around that.
I always applaud people. I was watching early in the morning. Oh, wow.
Anytime at all. Okay.
Hello, I'm here to sing. I'm here to sing.
Mercy.
Lord.
Yeah. Girl.
Girl, don't you start. Don't you start now. You're supposed to be nice on your 90th birthday.
No, well, they say supposed to be. And that word itself is relative.
It's relative. But I know you have not been sticking up to your guns, but I'm glad that, I'm glad Miss Clara's here to keep you in line.
Well, she does it. She tries hard.
She tried. I see you really happy birthday to you.
Well,
Happy birthday to
we
Breed.
appreciate it. We appreciate all of it. Yes, ma'am.
Gosh, you got the traffic blocked out here.
I ain't been out there. I ain't got no traffic block.
I mean, you can't even get down the street, Breed.
Well, what you want to get down the street? Come up the street.
Yeah, that happens with 90-year-old
Yeah,
men.
even 90-year-old men.
Come up. But getting back, as I say, one of the things I found out is that 9-to-5 job was the most restrictive thing, the service that was ever done. Now, I don't mean that I didn't love my job. I mean I really had a good time of it. The career was basically, now you all took the time to raise up on a pedestal and call it, for the women, the hidden figures. The movie.
Yes.
Well, the black men were in Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
Well, I was a hidden figure. I was a hidden figure.
Yeah.
See, now do you have a smartphone?
I do.
Do you use the GPS?
I do.
I was the business manager for the design of that GPS system in 1980.
In 1980.
He just recorded that history.
And if you need proof of it, I've got the certificates in there, the appointment certificate, business manager. I did the money to make sure that, realize GPS was basically designed for the government from a military standpoint. Later on, after it was working, they essentially dumbed it down for civilian use. And that's what, and as it became more popular, it became cheaper and cheaper because of the quantities and smaller and smaller. The initial delivery that we made to the government was a box about this big, and it was $40,000 per copy. You guys are getting them on your smartphones now for probably, with the whole cost of the GPS portion is probably $2.
Wow.
Because of the numbers.
And what the
Yeah,
GPS,
yeah.
and all the GPS is put stationary satellites up around the earth, bounce signals off the satellites, and do the arithmetic part of it. D equals rate times the time, and it's all a time function, millions of a second increments, and the more finite the time increment is why you could go on GPS now, put in my address, and you will see this particular house. But when we first did it, we were happy to get within 300 yards, 300, and that's basically the length of 3 football fields. If we could get that close, we felt we were doing a good job.
Well, now we got a real good job going because now
Stand for global
GPS.
Global Positioning System.
I want to put this on tape because CW is taping this for us.
We did the receivers. The
When
whole
he finishes,
system
we'll put this
consists
on
of
tape.
the satellites, the control system that makes all of it stay under control, and the receiver. This is the thing that really ends up on your phone. By the time I said the first one was a box about that big, and the government paid $40,000 for each box.
And who was it for? The military bases?
Military.
Military bases.
Because I said it costs money for those ships to go across the ocean, and the navigation system they were doing, sometimes the ship, say if you were going from New York and trying to go to England, during the course of the wind blowing, the seas, the currents, you might be off course several hundred miles. Well, look at all the fuel you used up, the time you used up, not knowing how to go direct. So it was efficiency, and then when you put them on for warfare, directing how those missiles and things would go was always.
Now, what year are you talking about?
For the GPS was the early 80s, 1980s. But I was doing guidance systems in 1962. The Minuteman guidance system. Minuteman guidance system. I was on it.
Well, I was talking about the best dressed. He was the best dressed executive in Texas.
I'm pretty sure he was.
In whatever year Bill Clinton sent him to Texas to head up the Resolution Trust Fund. This is the person that Clinton sent down. Oh, well, I can talk louder. I'll just talk louder. Remember the Resolution Trust Fund?
Come sit on my lap.
Oh, he slowed down. He steal something.
Something else. And you know how the corporations treated us then. With they might have known that was a black man coming to head up the RTC in Texas. That's the savings and loan fiasco that we had. And by this time it was raging and it was raw, and we knew all the people would start to go to jail. But they had to have someone to come down and he'll tell you that part. So it lingered for about months. But Kodak, Eastman Kodak Company where I worked, knew that we were going to be the chosen vendor. Well, then who was going to be the chosen person in the account? That ended up being me. So right away we knew it was going to be somebody black, right?
Yeah.
And that's how so for months we got everything ready for the new director, the facilities, the rental, the whole thing. We brought in about $1 million worth of equipment. Make sure it was running well. But nobody knew who was going to come in. It wasn't even leaked. There was no leaks in that day and time. No leaks in that. But finally the new director shows up. And it's this black man. He's very tall. He used to be tall. In a Brioni suit. This clown. And that's all he wore. Okay? And the shoes, I'll think of the name of the shoes in a minute, but those expensive shoes. So he came here in style. We met because we were the only two black people in the account. So I'm a vendor, he's the boss. It's like, and we got all this equipment there. So he wanted to know if I worked there. I said, no, I don't work here. I work for the Kodak. Who do you report to? Report to my boss in Rochester, New York. So we got to be friends because I'm not sure they were talking to him at that time when you first got there. But within, it was amazing how much respect they had for him. So they knew his background. We didn't. I mean, I'm there to make sure everything runs smoothly. And I was housed in the account. But within several months, he called in some people. I remember that part. He called somebody from somewhere to come and help. Was that your staff that you called in, or they sent your staff?
No, I had selected, as I was telling you before, Carmen Sullivan, who was in charge of the whole thing, had indicated she was forced to take a staff, but they did not know how to run government procurement system. That's why she asked me to come down and put that thing together.
So he gets here and then he wants to know who the black people were. Where were you coming from that time? Where were you coming from? Was it Rochester? Was it?
No, I was coming from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Yeah. So he's in Texas and now we got to put him in contact with, all of the right.
And so I was explaining how during that early time, how the over and under game was getting played with Victor, and that's how I got tight with Claire, because Claire was Victor's.
Whoa, Victor Smith! I don't know Victor Smith. Yeah, I mean, but that was, it was, what was he, president of the
NAACP, and they were protesting the discriminatory practices of the RTC and minorities not being able to get into that business.
Right.
And so I said the deal was we set up, as I said, understanding the game, set up an over and under. Victor was basically trained to treat me like an Uncle Tom. Come down there and talk about me like a dog. But I would see to it he got internal data so that he knew what he was talking about in the protest instead of talking out his ass.
Okay, you're gonna have to sort of take that part of it out. It's like interviewing Robert Prince. Yeah, exactly.
Which so often I said, and I was telling LaShawn, one of the biggest impediments we have is lack of research.
Yeah.
So that when we talk, we're talking facts instead of hopes and aspirations. And the hopes and aspirations are being fed by what the system gives us, and it gives us just enough to keep us off track. So the deal was, Victor, I will see to it that you get correct, hands down, solidified information. I will also tell you where you would have gotten this information from, where it would be, so that there's no way that I'm in the loop. Now, when you come down here for your tirades, and when you have your meetings with Carmen Sullivan, when I walk in the room, you jump on me like I'm a dog. Because I can take it. See, I can take it. I ain't going to get upset with my ego. But, and like I said, many times, Victor and I had to have what I call midnight meetings.
Midnight meetings, yeah.
So we could get this business done. I would write a letter for him to send up to RTC, demanding something. And they would say, like, where in the hell did he get that? Say, he knows what's going on. He knows that this business about we can't find any qualified black people. But the whole point is, lo and behold, they had to come up with it now because they had no comeback. Because he knew what he was talking about.
When did you find out you had the appointment from Clinton? How did that work?
No, the appointment wasn't until the SBA time.
Okay, okay.
And that was 2 years later. March of, and I knew that's March of 1994 is when the White House called and said you got the job. The SBA regional administrator.
And the SBA has not been the same since either.
Is it still in existence?
Huh?
Is it still in existence?
Yeah, it's still in existence. They just gave away a lot of money to small businesses. PPP money, is that
They give a
right?
lot of disaster relief money as well.
Yeah, it's still in existence, but I think it's watered down some now since you're
Quite a
here.
bit.
Well, the thing I said, the key thing I found by being inside, go through the actual records, and basically when I got there, they were doing about 3% of the Region 6 business, and Region 6 was Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and New Mexico. That was the Region 6. About 3% of the business was going to minorities.
3%.
3%. And less than 12 months later, we were up at 15%.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the reporting. And the people that stood by you, like I keep thinking about not Robert Prince, Marvin Robinson.
Yeah, well, but the key thing was, I put the staff, the structure of SBA was through the district offices. There were
Okay.
12 district offices, each headed by a district director.
Happy birthday, Granddaddy Jimmy. So happy to be here. Came out for your special day. Happy 90th. Hopefully you got at least 90 more. All right.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jim.
Look over
You know, it's been a long time, man, but
Sit
we
down.
wish
Sit
you
down.
a very happy
Sit
birthday
down. And that's
and
all.
many more.
Talk a little louder.
Talk loud.
Talk loud.
Say happy birthday,
That's
Uncle
good.
Jim.
Good job. All right.
Way to go.
Say, help him. He's just 3.
Stand up. Say happy birthday, Uncle Jim.
All right.
Okay, happy birthday to my father. Hey man,
Yeah, be careful.
good to see you make it to 90. I love you. Hope you have a great day and some great years in front of you. I know this is just the beginning. This ain't no kind of, we're not closing out, we just started. All right, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, darling. This to my darling husband. I love you. A big bit. And hope you have many more birthdays. Love, Cal. That's me.
Happy birthday, Uncle. You're the man.
Hi, Dad. Happy birthday. Many, many more. Love you much.
I just want to wish Mr. Breedlove a very, very happy 90th birthday. I'm so impressed with who he is and all the work that he's done. He's such a special person, and I'm so glad to be a part of this celebration. So happy 90th birthday. Yes.
Happy birthday, Jim. Happy 90th. It's been a pleasure being with you down this road, down this journey. But love you, always will. Happy 90th.
Happy birthday, Granddaddy. So happy to be here to celebrate 90 years with you. Here's to 90 more.
3 years old
Oh, yeah.
and work on up the line.
Okay, I go back and do it by history.
And this last thing is when LaShawn and them were over here for the political meeting.
Oh, okay. Wow. It's a great picture, too.
She took it. so she knows what she's doing.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jim.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jim. May you have many, many, many more.
Happy birthday, Jim. I know that you're going to enjoy the day, and we love you, and maybe you'll have some more.
All right.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Coach, happy birthday, Mr. Breedlove.
All right.
All right, happy birthday, Mr. Breedlove. To many, many more years and many more blessings. From Neil and Helena.
Happy birthday. Thank you for being such a great influence on him. I hear about you all the time. It's nice to meet you in person, actually.
Okay. Well, wishing Mr. Breedlove for many more years to come. Good health and strength and more wealth.
Happy birthday, brother-in-law. Good to see you. Doing well. Doing well.
Happy birthday, Mr. Breedlove. Happy birthday to you. And may God bless you.
Happy birthday.
Hello, Mr. Breedlove. Just wanted to stop by and say happy 90th birthday. God has been good to you to allow you to even see 90. And we hope that this is the best one yet. Happy birthday from the Phillips.
All right.
And your favorite nurse.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jim. Hope you have many more.
Happy birthday, Mr. Jim. Happy birthday to you. This is Ida.
You're so used to everybody saying happy birthday.
Hello, Mr. Jim. This is Inez Clark, one of your neighbors. You don't know me, but nevertheless, we have a lot in common. But happy birthday. Happy 90th birthday to you.
I'm honored and consider it a blessing and a privilege to be able to wish the incomparable Professor James Breedlove happy 90th birthday.
Just preparing for.
You just can't beat that. God has blessed him in so many, many ways, and he continues to bless us. And I know he blesses me with his appearances on my About Town with Joe Tave Talk Show as often as I can get. So may God continue to bless, keep him safe, along with his lovely wife.
This yesterday,
Okay.
we're getting ready to do this again.
All right, let's get it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
All right.
It's all right. Happy birthday, Breedlove. We have many, many more to come. Nice to see you looking good.
Happy birthday, neighbor. This is your neighbor, Gene Stokes. When we grow up, we're going to be just like you. We love you, neighbor. Happy birthday.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
All right, we're going to toast. We're going to end our show. We're going to toast our hero because he is an American hero, 90 years old, the forever, only one and only James W. Breedlove.
Here, here. Happy birthday, Mr. Breedlove. And many more. Many more.
Hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip,
Hooray!
hip, hip,
Hooray! Hip, hip, 90. Hip, hip, 90.
and still raising down. And still raising down. Don't leave